I've got all these ornaments that I want to glaze, but I'm also testing some of my new glazes out on them as well. My snowflake ornaments that I want to potentially give them to people for a gift. I've got my 3 different brush on glazes here. I was really happy with how they turned out, but I don't know how they go being flat. So I'm going to do them on these snowflakes that I have sitting here. I wanted a bit of colour instead of your normal boring white, just something a bit different than I usually do. And I thought, why not? Because they're small enough to test them and see how they go flat. So if I do want to do any I wasn't meant to do that. I was meant to do all different colours. That's annoying. Oh well. Oh well. Okay, let's cover that. So I've just done my flux blossom. That's what it looks like. Oh, over here. Without it fired. Alright, that one's done. Now I'm going to do honeydew. Honeydew. See how this turns out. The only thing with brush on is that you need a lot and a fair bit of layers, but I'm only kind of doing one because I also don't want it to run over the edges and stick to my shells. Such a gross colour. Like, how does that turn into such a lovely colour once fired? Amazes me every time. I'm doing a mix of a couple of brush on glazes, some coloured ones and some different white ones. So I have like a satin white, which is really nice. I haven't used it for a while. It's one of my favourite ones, but because it's very expensive to get it, and I just wish it came in a dipping. It's very, very nice. So I'm doing a mix of the satin, and then I've got a really nice shiny, just white one, and then I've got my Wonder White, which makes that grit in the white of the clay come out and become like more of a brown instead of a black speck. So I'm going to do a mix of them. I still don't know what to do with my brown coloured ones. I don't know yet. I might have to have a think. Might just have to be a plain clear colour, clear glaze. Because some of my other white glazes or matte glazes don't look very nice on the brown glaze. So I'll see. I'll have a think why I'm glazing these, what wouldn't be nice on them, but I think I might just have to go with a standard, just clear, transparent glaze. But these ornaments are a bit hard to kind of glaze because there's so many grooves, and you want to get the glaze in there in the crevices, but then you don't want too much because you want them to stick out as well. You don't want them to be flat, so you don't want to put too much glaze, but you want to make sure all the glaze gets in all the cracks, and then you might be able to wipe some away. It's going to get really hot today, so I'm trying to get all this done this morning. I might put it on tomorrow because there's a couple of mugs, I wasn't too happy about the glaze, so I gave them a wash and I want to reglaze them, and they won't be dry until tomorrow. Yeah, I really wish this came in a dipping glaze, because it's one of my favorites. This matte one looks really good on this white speckled clay. You don't need too many layers either, like maybe 2. It suggests 3, 2 to 3, but I reckon 2. If you put it on thickly enough, I think it's fine. I kind of give it a bit of a dab in to get those in those gaps, and then I'll smooth, make sure all gets in there. Because it's a matte, it doesn't spread like some glazes. You kind of have to place it exactly where you want it to go, because it doesn't spread much further than that. Like some gloss, it kind of expands a bit, some gloss glazes, transparent ones. But this one just sticks to exactly where you want it to go. Oh, what's that? Good. So I really want to give these away for gifts, mainly teachers' gifts. So the girls' teachers, and then I might give some to some family members for Christmas. All right. Just wait and see, guys. They look plain and boring now. And hopefully, fingers crossed, they come out nice with some colour. See you guys in 2 days. I really wanted to open the kiln yesterday, but I resisted. Didn't want to cause any cracks. They're still probably a little bit, yeah, still a bit too hot to unpack. So maybe the next couple of hours I'll let them cool down. But oh, they're all looking, yep, they're all looking really cool. Like all these like pastel colours with my brush on glazes. And you can, I love the glaze on this one. It's like a matte white. Really like it. Kind of looks like icing. Yeah, that's what I can, yeah, like icing. So I'll let that cool down for a couple of hours and I'll unpack, and then hopefully I can pack some more bowls today and get another firing going. I really want to get them done before New Year's, just so they're just out of the way, and I know that I can deliver them on time. But yeah, probably maybe 2 or 3 more glaze, just because they're big bowls, they're not going to fit in one another. Let's see how we go. I also really want to fire these houses to get them done before Christmas. I also had a workshop yesterday in at Newcastle, just a mug. They all just made one mug. It was for a lady who has previously attended one of my workshops, and she wanted to gift all her workers all these mugs, so they all got to make a mug each. I just got to put the handles on them, so I'm just letting them dry a little bit because they are still a little bit soft before I put handles on them. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Christmas Eve, travel on a scorching summer's day. Hey, jingle bells, Christmas time is here. Oh, what fun it is to ride a rusty home. Great job, guys, shake those jingle bells. I want to hear them all the way from here. Good job, guys. That was awesome. That was so good. Now, look at these beautiful handmade mugs. Really happy with the glaze. So this is my Wonder White glaze that I've made myself. some handmade mugs from my Christmas mug making workshop, where everyone got to make, they got a choice between making a mug, trying to get in focus, or some Christmas ornaments. I've got to return them to them this Saturday so I can get them back before Christmas. Perfect timing. Hey, these people have never touched clay before or never made anything out of clay, and now they have their own handmade mugs. They are perfect in their own way. I know some people might not find them perfect, but I don't think there's such a thing. Handmade is just beautiful. No one else in the world will have these pieces. Can't find these at Kmart. They're beautiful. Little personalised little stamps. I'll give them some little inspirational stickers inside. But I'm really pleased how these turned out. They're quite light too, so I think they'll be perfect to use. I finally finished my Christmas ornaments. I've put them in like little goodie bags. I gave some to my girls' teachers for Christmas gifts, but I made a lot. I'll put some aside for myself for the tree for next year. I don't want to put them on because I actually need to do a bit of a clean out on my tree because there's some ornaments on there that are broken and kind of, you know, glitter has come off them. They're not looking that great, so I want to put some of my new ornaments that I've made, which I'm really happy about. Can you see that? Focus. Yeah, there we go. How nice do they look? So I did a combination of, so this one here at the end is your matte. So it doesn't have a shine, but these ones here have the shine on it. So I did a couple of different ones just to see what they would look like. They are really nice. And then, so I've tried to do a mixture of, like, you know, we have a summer Christmas over here in Australia. It is usually absolutely stinking hot on Christmas Day. And tradition in Australia with food is like all cold foods, like salads and cold meats and stuff. It's just too hot to cook. Some people do, but traditionally the Australian one usually involves your cold foods and stuff because it's just so hot and you don't really want to be cooking on such a hot day. But I wanted to do a mixture of, because we don't get snow over here in Christmas, I wanted to do a mixture of an Australian native, you know, an Aussie kind of mixed Christmas. So I've used my native stamps, my Australian native stamps. Oh, come on, get in focus. There we go. So these are native flavors. So over here you've got the Waratah, and over here this flowery one. I don't know exactly the flower. They did tell me, but now I can't remember what it was. But yeah. And then I have my brown ones, which I absolutely like too. Also, here's a big cluster here of all your native. And this is with the matte glaze, which I really, really like. Don't want to drop these. Let's see if you can see. It's got your Waratah flower, a wattle, Banksia there, which is very, very popular, very, very well-known flower. Or here's my brown ones. For the Merry Christmas. I really like them with a matte glaze on them. Clay, warm clay. And I've put my matte, my Wonder White glaze on top of it, and it's made it kind of this orange tinge through it, which I actually really like, but makes it that rustic look, and being kind of like out in the bush. I think I'd go really well if you want to do more Australian kind of vibes on your tree. Also use some of my new brush on glazes. This one is the Blossom Flux, I think. It's got just a touch of like pink in it. This has like a touch of like greeny blue in it with the snowflakes. Quite nice. Definitely I'm going to try this colour. This is kind of, I think it's called Midnight something. Be really good on a mug with some imprints on it. Come really, yeah, it kind of gets a bit lost on the tree, but I do love that colour. It's beautiful.